Every once in a while it happens. We get a random stimulus check, maybe a surprise tax return, or an unexpected inheritance or gift from a family member. Whatever it is, anytime you get an extra $1,000, it feels pretty good. Now, depending on whether you're a spender or a saver, that $1,000 could go by pretty quickly, or you might just put it in your savings account wondering if there's anything else that you should do with it. So today we'll take a look at what you should do with an extra $1,000 that you might have stumbled upon. And if you happen to stumble upon this channel for the first time today, welcome. I'm Tim Fraticelli, and on this channel we love talking about personal finance and ways to improve your financial health, especially if you're a physical therapist like me. But you don't have to be a physical therapist to want to learn how to be smart with your money. You just have to subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for new videos each week. So you've landed on an extra $1,000. What's the best thing that you can do with it? The first thing that you can and you should do with this $1,000 is to establish an emergency fund if you don't already have one. And one of the best ways to do this is by putting the money into a high-yield savings account, one like you can find at Marcus by Goldman Sachs or at Betterment. And these are great online savings accounts that you can use to build your 3 to 6 month emergency fund because they generally pay higher interest rates than what you would find at your bank or your credit union. Yeah, it's boring. No, you won't double your money. I'm sorry, I'm not going to tell you to put all that money into a Robinhood account. It's not that I'm against investing or using Robinhood for investing money outside of your main retirement or your brokerage account, especially when they give you a free stock when you open an account. That's kind of nice, but if you don't have at least 3 to 6 months of expenses saved up in an emergency fund, you really need to set this $1,000 aside into an emergency fund and just ignore the rest of the ideas in this video. But if you already have an emergency fund set up, let's dive into the second thing that you can do with that extra $1,000. And that is to pay off some debt. Look, you'll have people telling you that you can make 8 to 10 or 12% or more in the stock market, and it's smarter to invest your money than to pay down debt or to save. But here's the thing. If you use that $1,000, for example, to pay off a portion of your student loans with an interest rate of 6%, you can consider that an immediate 6% return on your investment. If you have credit card debt with a rate of 18% or more, for example, then absolutely pay it down with your $1,000. That's the fastest guaranteed 18% return on your money that you'll have this year. Now, some of you are probably thinking, but Tim, this is boring. Save money, pay down debt. I already know all of this. I want something exciting, something bigger. Show me where to invest my $1,000. Okay, I'm going to assume that you have an emergency fund already. And then I'm going to assume that you have a plan to pay down any of your debt. So what are some of the best investments now that you can make for $1,000? Is it gold? Is it Tesla? Is it Apple stock? And while it may be tempting to jump into one of these trending investments right now, it may not be the best idea. Think about it. The markets are nearing their all-time highs right now. If you're trying to time the market or a specific stock or an investment in a way to double or triple your money, you really just have better odds to do that in Vegas, to be honest. I mean, one of the most popular concepts of investing is called dollar cost averaging. And that means you buy into the stock market over time, buying shares not only when they're low, but also when they're high, maintaining this consistent approach that averages out your cost per shares over time. Of course, if you have $1,000 to invest right now, you can put all of this into an index fund all at once, or gradually over the next couple of months. And if you're not sure what an index fund is, you can see my video right here explaining what it is all in simple terms. But Tim, I don't want to average 8 to 10% growth through the stock market. I want to turn this $1,000 into $1 million. Okay, I'm not going to tell you that it's impossible. We hear stories all the time about people like Barbara Corcoran who turned a $1,000 loan into a multi-billion-dollar business. But the investments they made there were in themselves. They took a chance on learning a new skill or a new industry like real estate. And of course, $1,000 won't be enough for a down payment on very much real estate out there, but you can take a course or you can buy a dozen books to learn everything you can about the industry, right? I mean, aside from using an extra $1,000 to build an emergency fund or to pay down debt, my absolute favorite use for an extra $1,000 is to invest in yourself or to build a business that has the potential to produce income for years to come. I know a lot of you are probably thinking, well, yeah, that sounds good, but I don't even know what kind of business or skill that I need to learn as a way to invest in myself. And some of you may enjoy your current job, whether you're a physical therapist like me or a PTA or something entirely different. Realize that there's always something that you can learn, especially in today's digital information age. And learning how to deliver your contributions, your knowledge, your interest, how to deliver those online, that's one of the best areas to develop, and it's a lot easier than you would think. For example, in my previous video, 7 Side Hustles for Physical Therapists, I talk about how accessible it is for someone to start a YouTube channel or a blog fairly quickly. And as someone who's been blogging since 2010, I've learned a lot on my own by trial and error but I've also taken a few courses to learn from the mistakes of others. And you've heard me talk about it before, but one of the best blogging courses that I've ever taken, and I recommend to you guys, is called 6-Figure Blogger by Create & Go. And I've personally purchased their courses, and I've met the team at Create & Go, and they're one of the best resources out there for aspiring bloggers and online business owners. But even if you're not interested in blogging or starting a YouTube channel with that extra $1,000, you can take some really great courses through Skillshare and then have money left over to invest in some equipment or other resources that you need to grow your side business. The bottom line is this: $1,000 won't magically double or triple unless you put it to work, and investing in yourself is one of the best ways to learn from the mistakes and the successes of others. So I'm all about taking a course or developing a new skill, but make sure you do your research and don't just sign up for the first course that you see that's offered by some weekend expert. If you want to see some of the courses that I've personally taken, I'll list those in the description below. They've helped me to grow my business to where it is right now, and all of them are less than $1,000. So be sure to check out those in the description. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.